And that's probably at the premiere of a film I was in. Now, obviously, I've become a recluse, just in case someone recognises me. That awkward, oh no, they know I'm on the telly, what do I do?
What do you do? Do you run? Have you started
No,
running?
I don't. I'm a bit better with it now, because I just think, oh, what's the worst that can happen? I remember when I first became famous, I wondered why people were looking at me. Oh yeah, I'm on the telly. And then, first time someone said, can I have your autograph? I went, really? And they were taken aback by that. So I'm always polite and I'm always gracious, but I'm the embarrassed one. I don't know what to say. I don't know. They know me, but I don't know them.
It's an interaction where they're expecting something from you because they assume that you're on familiar turf, when in reality, you have no idea what to do in that situation.
And I don't know what to say. I don't really know what they want from me. And I've sort of tried to act normally now, but that can be shocking as well, because the way I talk to friends is different to, you know, a stranger coming up. I always knew that fame would be weird, and I always feared it. I feared it for a couple of reasons, really. I feared it because I thought, oh God, journalists are going to be going through my bins. But I didn't want to be lumped in with those celebrities who want to be famous. Do you know what I mean? I wanted it to be clear that it was an upshot of what I do, as opposed to just wanting to be recognised, per se, because that's the worst bit. Being recognised is the worst bit. You know, there are perks of fame, obviously being on telly and in films, you get more money, you get money for old rope, and that's good, and you get access to things you wouldn't have access to. But just being recognised and bothered in restaurants, that's the worst part of the deal.
You've made your first sequel recently, Night at the Museum 2. A sequel better than the original.
I've dabbled with Hollywood before.
Do you like it like that, though? Do you like it where, I mean, obviously Ben Stiller, you work with him on extras.
Well, exactly. I mean, the movies I've taken were for other reasons than to, climb a career ladder or get a stepping stone into something else.
But it must make it more pleasant for you, because you're working with someone like who you know outside it, and it is a cameo. It's that you walk on and you do your stuff.
Well, if it's not my idea, I need more than one reason to do it.
Right.
So the first film I took was a cameo in For Your Consideration. That was a no-brainer. Christopher Guest, hero of mine, biggest influence on my work. He wanted me to be part of that ensemble. It's yes. When do you want me? And I went along, and that was 3 days of ad-libbing and mucking around, so it was great. That was a joy. The second film I did was Night at the Museum, and that was Return the Favour to Ben being extras. He sent me an email. He said, hi, got a part for you in my new movie. Do you want to return the favour for me being an extras? No pressure. And so, and that was a couple of weeks' work, and I said, I really can't do it. They cut the part right down nicely. Not many actors cut their lines. No. So I had a couple of days, and the second time, again, they said, we want you back for the sequel. And that was like 8 days' work, and I said, I just can't do it. I only had a couple of days because I was filming Invention of Lying. So I flew over, and I did all my scenes on a weekend. But I've promised that I'll be around if they do a third one, because it's not what I do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not really an actor for hire.
And
so
I guess Stardust fits into that as well. That was.
Do you want to do 2 days on Stardust? All your scenes are with Robert De Niro. Yes. Tick. And Steve went, you can ask him to be an extra, and I went, of course. So I have to have lots of reasons to get out of bed if it's not my project. As simple as that, really. I
know Francis Ford Coppola is another director who you like the work of, in particular The Godfather.
1 and 2, they're hard to separate. But if I had to, I'd probably say Godfather 1. I know it's generally considered the only sequel to be better than the first, but it's perfect for me. Godfather 1. It's like an opera. It looks wonderful. The writing's obviously fantastic. The cinematography is some of the best ever. The story is amazing. I didn't really like gangster films. I didn't like that genre. I don't know why. It sort of left me cold. And I actually saw Goodfellas when it came out, and I was blown away. I've been a fan of Scorsese for a long time before that. He's probably done 5 in my top 20 favourite films, and I was blown away by it, and that made me start thinking of the genre more, and I revisited, and I hadn't seen Godfather. I didn't watch Godfather till about 1992 or 3, and I just thought, I've been an idiot. And now, if someone hasn't seen The Godfather, I'm jealous, because they're going to have that experience again, and I've seen it 20 times, and I can't remember a filmic experience like it. I mean, this is not a revelation. Everyone knows it's one of the greatest films ever made. But it changed me. You know, I just thought there was just something about it. It got under my skin.
What about British gangster films? Do you like them as well?
Yeah, they're brilliant. It's funny, we were casting for Cemetery Junction, okay? And we were looking to find people like the new James Dean, the new John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. You know, we were thinking, where are all these guys? Where are these men's men? Where are the Paul Newman and Robert Redfords? Where are the you know, Steve McQueen's? Yeah, no metrosexuals. We didn't. Well, you're not metrosexual. You are, as we know, a girl in drag. But and then we started casting for these guys. And if we saw 1,000 men of about 23, 24, half of them were going to be Mr. Darcy, right? The other half were going to be going, you, you, can I have some claret everywhere, you. Do you know what I mean? And we're thinking, we honestly think we found the only 2 actors that were both cool and, you know, and working class and sort of like fun to be around. I remember the first time I was walked through the special way in an airport. They went, oh, they've sent the VIP, and they walked through me and my girlfriend, and my head was down, and I was thinking all these people are looking at me going, who does he think he is? And it just felt terrible. Second time I went, where's that bloke who walked us through the last time? You know, that's a lovely entrance.
So do you watch films on planes then?
I do. That's when I catch up with films. I catch up with films in 2 ways. Obviously I get sent all the For Your Consideration films, so I get every film that's ever released and put into the Oscars or BAFTAs, which is great. Or I watch it on planes. And I say to Steve, I go, oh, you're right about the film, I saw it. I said, where'd you see it? I said, on a plane. He went, I don't want to talk about it. He went, that's exactly how they meant it to be watched, on a 4-inch screen. He went, don't talk to me about it, Gervais. You're an idiot. See, he's a film buff, and I'm not a film buff at all.
But you are missing out. I mean, we're in an era of HD, you know, where everything is glorious.
But does that enhance the nuance? Does that enhance the story?
No.
No.
I watched Watchmen on a plane recently.
Well, don't watch Watchmen.
Right,
That's your first mistake.
But they cut... I mean, it's a movie that's based on a lot of sex and violence, and all that was cut out. They don't tell you that.
Why do you want to watch sex and violence? Just walk down the street.
Because
I want a filming experience. I want to be drawn into a wonderful love story. I don't want to see someone in some weird leather outfit with beamy eyes having sex with a blue woman. Why do you want that?
That's why we're different people.
Film, it's as good as written.
I'm visualising that right now, and it's a pleasant image. Ricky, thank you for being on the guest list.
My pleasure.
So there you have it, the fantastic Ricky Gervais, a film fan, no doubt, as long as the film in question is being shown on a plane, or the very first member of our Movie Mile High Club, if you will. That is it.